everyone, how are you all? I hope you're all doing good. So this is Malika and we are back on your favorite learning platform, Learn Forward, and we are going to study from Feather Gap People and Places. Now, we are on chapter number 8, that is conquering distance. So, what is the meaning of the word conquering? Conquering मतलब to cover, to take over something. हमने जो डिस्टेंस है उनके ऊपर कैसे टेक ओवर किया है, कैसे हमने लॉन्ग डिस्टेंसेस को कवर करने का या फिर उसको टेक ओवर करने का किस तरीके से हमने कौन कौन से वेज जो है अडॉप्ट करें. So in this chapter we are going to study about the different ways of how we have covered the distances. Now let's get started. I hope you're all ready with your books. So man has always enjoyed roaming about over long distances. He has always been anxious to know about everything on this earth. So man is a social being and we are very curious to know everything. Whether it be you, whether it be me. We are always intrigued to know a lot of things about earth or a lot of things around us. So to know about more things, we have to travel more. Now this is how slowly and slowly he traveled over the earth. Plains, mountains, cold zones, hot zones, seas and even air. So हम जो है हर जगह ट्रैवल करते हैं, whether it be sea, mountains, plains, cold zones, hot zones, everywhere. Now, since the dawn of civilization, he has devised means of carrying himself and his goods from one place to another. जब से civilization start हुआ है, a man has find a lot of ways to move himself and his goods from one place to another. Now, this is a long story how he tamed animals to carry loads, invented wheel, made carts, cars, trucks, trains, ships and aeroplanes. Now, it has been, these things has evolved over along 100 to 200 years. It took around 200 years to develop everything, 300 years. So, it's not that it took a day or a month or a year to develop a plane, to develop airways, railways. So, these things has been going from a long time. Now, man has been using land, water and air for traveling and carrying goods. So, a man used landways, airways, waterways to travel from one place to another. Now, modern means of transport have conquered both time and distance and made people of the world closer to one another. Now, a lot of modern means of transport are available, like fastest trains are available, airways are available. So, these things have helped us to conquer the time and cover the maximum distance in very short period of time. This early man covered long distance on foot with his goods on his shoulders. During the earlier times when there was no transportation facilities available, the man used to travel on foot. He then made sledge to carry goods. So a man, what made first? He made a sledge. A sledge is a wheelless cart, we have learned in the last chapter, but it was difficult to pull it on the uneven surface. It is easy to pull the sledge on the icy surface, but it is very difficult to pull the sledge on the uneven surface. So, rolling down of logs gave him an idea of putting logs under a sledge. So, when a logs was rolling down, जो log होती हैं they are in circular, right? So वो easily roll down होती है, नीचे आ जाती हैं. So this gave the man an idea to put the logs under the sledge. Later he found rounded logs of small width very handy. So after some time he found that small width of logs are easily carried and are very handy rather than the long logs. He made wheels of them. Then he cut them into half and made a wheel of them. He mounted his sledge on an axle and wheels, thus making a cart. So, उसने क्या करा? उसी स्लेज के ऊपर जो है एक्सेल और व्हील्स को पुट करके एक कार्ट तैयार करी. The wheel and axle moved together. So, as we know that the wheel and the axle moved together, the spoke wheels was developed much later. So, the wheels which are now we use in the cars, in the scooties or in the two-wheelers, four-wheelers, they have spokes. The spokes wheel are of this type which have these kind of shapes or rods between them. So these are spoke wheels which are put into the today kind of transport. The spoke wheel was developed much later in the 19th century. The steam engine was used to power road vehicles. So 19th century में मतलब 1800s में जो था स्टीम इंजन जो है डेवलप हुआ. अब स्टीम इंजन जो था इट वाज यूज्ड इन द रोड व्हीकल्स, but it was very heavy and was best used on railways. So they decided to use it on railways as it was very heavy. Soon the railway trains with steam engines made traveling faster. So after some time, after some developments, the steam engine was used in railways, and it made the traveling very faster. At the end of the 19th century, the internal combustion engine was invented. 19th सेंचुरी के एंड में, दैट इज योर 1890s वाला जो आपका पीरियड होता है, उस टाइम पे जो था इंटरनल कंबस्टन इंजन जो है इन्वेंट किया गया. इट यूज पेट्रोल एंड डीजल. अब ये जो इंजन था इट वाज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द ओल्डर वन. इट वाज रन बाय petrol and diesel. From the beginning of the 20th century, road vehicles like cars, trucks began to produce in large numbers. अब 20th century तक आते आते, that is your 1900 plus period, उसके अंदर जो था, अब जो था लार्ज नंबर में जो रोड वाले व्हीकल्स, दैट इज योर कार्स, ट्रक्स, बसेस, ये जो थे लार्ज नंबर में प्रोड्यूस होने शुरू हो गए. Engines were also used in ships. It was only after the advent of engine that aeroplanes were invented. So after engines are used in railways, they are now used in the ships, and after the invention of engine only the aeroplanes are invented. Now a large number of railway trains operate by diesel and electricity, and today there are large number of railway trains which are operated by diesel and electricity. As we all know that the metro rails which run in the metropolitan cities, they run on electricity. Now means of transport. We need different means of transport for different purposes. The present system of transport can be grouped under land, water and air. Land transport includes roadways and railways. So जो three means of transport and that is your land, water and air, and land transport have two categories, that is your roadways and railways. Now first is your roadways. Roadways are the most common ways of transport. So it is the most common way of transport. Railways and waterways link big cities only and flying is very costly. So जो railways और waterways हैं ये खाली बड़ी बड़ी cities को ही connect करते हैं, और जो flying है that is your airways, it is the fastest and the costliest means of transport. Now roadways are more suitable and cheaper over short distances and in hills. So roadways is the most suitable and is cheaper than all the railways, than all the means of transport, and it is very convenient to travel short distances and in hilly areas. Today all over the world there is a network of roads. There are pathways, kacha roads and pakka roads. So these are some kinds of roads which you can see in your locality, in your nearby, that is your pathways, kacha roads and pakka roads. Now pakka roads are made of smooth with tar and concrete. So pakka roads are made of tar and concrete. Pakka roads have helped to make travel fast and smooth. So जो पक्का roads होती हैं इससे जो travel है वो बहुत fast हो गया है और smooth हो गया है. Now highways. Wide roads which connect big cities to another are called highways. The wide roads which connect the big cities to the another cities, they are known as the highways. In some countries there are very broad highways. On these highways vehicle run very fast. So as you have seen on the highways there is a particular speed limit on which a vehicle runs. Slow traffic is not allowed to go on them. So slow traffic is not allowed to move on the highways. That is why they are also called speedways, freeways or expressways. There is a divider in the middle on such road. Vehicles going to one direction are separated from the other vehicles going in other direction. So you might have seen that there are dividers on the roads. What is the work of the divider? It divides the traffic which is going in the one way from the another way, from the another traffic which is going to the other way. Each part of the road is divided into 4 or the 6 lanes. So the highways mostly have 4 lanes or 6 lanes. So 4 to 6 cars can move side by side. Vehicles are not allowed to make U-turns or move slowly. So vehicles on the highways are not allowed to move slowly and make U-turns. For taking turn or move slowly, special lanes running either under or over a bridge are made. So if you move on a highway, you cannot take a U-turn from it. So to take a U-turn, special lanes are constructed which are running either under or over the bridge. A set of 2 or more roads made over the bridge or under bridge is called a flyover. So 2 lanes का बना हुआ या फिर जो ब्रिज के ऊपर या ब्रिज के नीचे कोई भी ऐसा पाथ हो जो रूट डाइवर्ट करता है, दैट इज नोन एज योर फ्लाईओवर. One road crosses over another only at flyover junctions. So एक रोड जो है दूसरी रोड को कब क्रॉस करती है? फ्लाईओवर के जंक्शन पे. Now thus vehicles can move continuously without having to stop at crossing. So vehicles which do not have to take a turn or which do not have to take another direction, they can easily move continuously in one direction. In Germany and Italy, these speedways have no traffic light to sharp bends or sharp bends to slow down the traffic. So in Germany and Italy, the speed is more fast as they do not have any traffic lights and no sharp bends on the highways. Now, what are international roads? Roads are usually used for traveling within a country. In Europe, people travel by roads from one country to another. So in some countries, in most of the countries, the roads connect one country to the another. In Europe, people travel from one country to another country by road only. A big tunnel dug under the Alps mountain connects Italy and France. So there is a tunnel which is constructed under the Alps mountains and it connects Italy and France. Italy और France को एक बड़ी सी tunnel Alp mountains के नीचे से connect करती है. Another dug under the sea connects England and France. और एक और tunnel है जो कि France और इंग्लैंड को connect करती है. Now, the Alaskan Highway runs from Alaska north to the southernmost part of the South America. So, North America से Alaska से एक highway start होता है, that is your Alaskan Highway, and it runs to the southernmost part, that is your South America. वहाँ तक जो है ये highway जो है distance को cover करता है. It is more than 2650 kilometers long. So, this is the distance of the Alaskan Highway. The Burma Road connects Kunming in China to Lesho in northeast Burma. So there is a Burma road which connects the China and Myanmar. It is 1154 kilometers long. Now our country is connected by roads with neighboring countries. So our country is also connected with the neighboring countries, that is your Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Pakistan, China and Bhutan. So the Grand Trunk Road which goes from Kolkata to Peshawar in Pakistan. So GT Road, which is the very largest road of the India, one of the highest covering road that goes from the Kolkata. It starts from Kolkata and covers till the Peshawar, which is in Pakistan. Then it leads to ये Grand Trunk Road आगे भी continue होती है to Afghanistan through Khyber Pass. So आगे जाके अफगानिस्तान को ये जगह क्रॉस करती है किससे? खाइबर पास से. Roads through Pakistan lead to Iran and beyond through the Bolan Pass. अब जब पाकिस्तान से आगे roads lead हो रही हैं दूसरी countries में, they go through the Bolan Pass. Now one can go to Europe via Pakistan, Iran, Turkey. If someone has to go Europe by roadways, they can go to by crossing Pakistan, Iran and Turkey. Now the Indo-Tibet road goes from Shimla to China through Tibet. So एक Indo-Tibet road है जो कि शिमला से start होती हुई और चाइना तक जाती है by crossing Tibet. Now road accidents and pollution. Accidents are caused by rash driving. जब rash driving करते हैं तो बहुत ज़्यादा accident होते हैं. Everyone must follow the traffic rules strictly for his own safety and for the safety of the other. So everyone should follow the traffic rules too for their own safety. Pedestrians must walk on the footpaths. So the people who are walking, they should always walk on the footpaths. They should cross the roads by over and under bridges and zebra crossing. So you should always cross by over bridges or under the bridges and or even by walking on the zebra crossings. Now increased traffic has brought smoke and dust. जैसे जैसे ट्रैफिक बढ़ रहा है, पॉपुलेशन बढ़ रही है, ट्रैफिक बढ़ रहा है और उस वजह से स्मोक और डस्ट भी बहुत ज़्यादा इंक्रीज हो रहा है. It is harmful to health. Now there is a check on pollution and unleaded petrol is provided. So आज के टाइम पे पॉल्यूशन में बहुत ज़्यादा फोकस किया जाता है, चेक किया जाता है एज इट इज़ इंक्रीजिंग डे बाय डे और अनलीडेड पेट्रोल जो है वो प्रोवाइड किया जा रहा है. लीड इज द मोस्ट पॉइजनस सब्सटेंस इन द स्मोक. सो जिस पेट्रोल में लीड होता है उसको लीडेड पेट्रोल कहते हैं, और जिसमें से नहीं होता है। आज के टाइम पे वी आर यूजिंग अनलीडेड पेट्रोल सो दैट वी कैन कंट्रोल द pollution. Now, railways. Trains run on tracks. They do not have to be steered for changing track or direction. So, ट्रेन जो है अपने ट्रैक पे रन करती है, उनको डायरेक्शन की चेंज करने के लिए ट्रैक की चेंज करने की जरूरत अब पहले जैसे होती थी, अब नहीं है. The tracks are made of two parallel steel rails fixed to wood, metal or concrete sleepers. So you can see here, these are the tracks which are made of parallel steel rails and they are fixed to the wood, metal and concrete sleepers. Now trains are very convenient for long journeys, so it is better if you're traveling a long distance to go from railways either than roadways. They are safer, cheaper and more comfortable. So railways are more safer, cheaper and comfortable than the roadways. A train can carry large number of people and huge loads over distance at a great speed. So a train runs fast, as we know, not as fast as airways, but it is faster than the roadways. Some of the fastest trains of the world run in France, Japan and Germany. So these are three places where the fastest trains run, that is your France, Japan and Germany. Now the speed of the fastest train of the France is 574.8 किलोमीटर पर आवर. मतलब एक आवर में वो ट्रेन 578 किलोमीटर जो है कवर करती है. दैट इज द फास्टेस्ट ट्रेन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड विच इज इन फ्रांस. द बुलेट ट्रेन इन जापान मूव्स एट नियरली 320 किलोमीटर्स पर आवर. और ऐसे ही जापान में भी एक फास्टेस्ट ट्रेन है, दैट इज योर बुलेट ट्रेन विच रन्स एट द स्पीड ऑफ 320 किलोमीटर्स पर आवर. नाउ रेलवेज इन इंडिया. The first railway in India was built in 1853 in the between Mumbai and Thane. जो पहली ट्रेन इंडिया में चली थी वो चली थी मुंबई से लेकर थाने तक in the year 1853. It was a distance of about 32 kilometers. Today, the Indian railway network is the largest in Asia and fourth largest in the world. So, जो आज हमारा रेलवे नेटवर्क है, that is the largest railway network in the Asia and the fourth largest network in the world. Now much of our internal trade depends on the rail transport. जितना भी internal trade और commerce हमारी country में होता है, most of it depends on the railways. Trains carry raw materials to factories. They also carry finished product to different parts of the country and to ports for export. So कैसे depend करता है? एक तो ट्रेन जो है रॉ मटेरियल पहुंचाती है फैक्ट्री तक, और दूसरा जो फिनिश गुड्स है उनको जो ट्रेन है अलग पार्ट्स, कंट्री के अलग पार्ट्स तक पहुंचाती है, and also to the ports so that they can be exported. Now most of the trains run on electricity and diesel. So आज के टाइम पे बहुत सारी ट्रेन जो है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी और डीजल पर रन करती हैं. In the earlier times they used to run on coal. Some of the fastest trains of India are Vande Bharat Express, Gatiman Express, Rajdhani Express and Shatabdi Express. So these are the some of the fastest trains of India. Now railways in the other countries. There are now railway lines from coast to coast in almost all the continents. मतलब कोस्ट से कोस्ट तक जो कोस्टल एरियाज हैं उन पर आपको रेलवे लाइन जो है वहाँ पे मिलेगी. बहुत सारे ऐसी जगहें हैं जहाँ से एक कोस्ट से दूसरे कोस्ट तक जो है रेलवे लाइंस बिल्ड हैं कॉन्टिनेंट्स में. द थिकेस्ट रेलवे नेटवर्क इज इन यूरोप. सो यूरोप में जो है सबसे बड़ा रेलवे नेटवर्क है, एंड इन नॉर्थ अमेरिका. Now, in the United States of America and Canada, the railways join cities located in the Pacific in the west and with those situated on the Atlantic in the east. So, west से शुरू होके east तक जो है हम ये जो ट्रेन रेलवे नेटवर्क है ये पूरा नॉर्थ अमेरिका को और कनाडा को कनेक्ट करता है. It requires 4 to 5 days to cover this distance. और इस डिस्टेंस को कवर करने के लिए it takes 4 to 5 days. In Europe, the Grand Orient Express connecting Paris with Istanbul passes through many countries. So, there is a train which is Grand Orient Express. It connects the Paris with the Istanbul, which passes through a lot of countries. Now, the longest railway line in the world is the Trans-Siberian Railway. So, जो सबसे बड़ा रेलवे नेटवर्क है, ये सबसे बड़ी रेलवे लाइन है, that is your Trans-Siberian Railway. किस किस को कनेक्ट करता है? It connects St. Petersburg in the European Russia to the Vladivostok in Asian Russia. So, ये यूरोपियन रशिया से, यूरोपियन रशिया मतलब जो यूरोप साइड की पार्ट, रशिया इज द लार्जेस्ट कंट्री विच इज द इन द टर्म्स ऑफ द एरिया. ठीक है, सबसे बड़ी कंट्री है रशिया जो सबसे बड़ा लैंड कवर करती है. जो यूरोपियन साइड की रशिया है वहां से सेंट पीटरबर्ग से लेकर व्लादिवोस्टॉक तक एशियन रशिया की साइड, मतलब एशियन साइड का जो रशिया है, मतलब बहुत बड़ा डिस्टेंस जो है ये ट्रेन ट्रांस साइबेरियन रेलवे कवर करती है. जो टोटल जर्नी है इट टेक्स 7 days एंड कवर्स 8,000 kilometers. So it takes around it covers 8,000 kilometers and it takes around 7 days to complete the journey. Now the international rail route passing India extends from Lahore in Pakistan to Dhaka in Bangladesh. मतलब जो इंटरनेशनल रेल रूट है जो इंडिया से क्रॉस होता है वो लाहौर से स्टार्ट होता हुआ बांग्लादेश में ढाका तक कवर करता है डिस्टेंस. The railways in Switzerland are famous for their tunnels. So the railways which are built in Switzerland, they are famous for their tunnels. Underground railways have been built in many countries. So there are a lot of countries which have underground railways. They run on electricity to avoid smoke and dirt. So to control the pollution, they are run on electricity. And in India, Kolkata, Delhi, Bangalore, Gurugram, Mumbai, Chennai, Jaipur, Kochi, Hyderabad and Lucknow are the only cities with underground metros called and underground railways called metros. So हमारे कंट्री में बहुत सारी प्लेसेस ऐसी हैं, बहुत सारी सिटीज ऐसी हैं. बेसिकली दीज आर मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज वेयर अंडरग्राउंड रेलवेज रन which are known as metro. So we have completed half of the chapter in this video and we will continue the rest of the chapter in the another video. So stay connected. Thank you so much. Happy learning.